Welcome to Anti-Woke and Autistic. Anna O'Brien, aka Glitter&Lazers, is having 4 surgeries for her lipedema. Now, she's already had 1 surgery at the time of this filming, and she plans on having 3 more. Now, I asked her on her TikTok, why stop at 4 surgeries? Why not have 10 surgeries spread over a few years? In fact, that was my second attempt at getting an answer to that question because I asked a similar question previously, which went unanswered. But the second question, she also didn't answer, but then she blocked me. So she passes herself off as the confidence queen, yet she doesn't have enough confidence to answer a straightforward, innocent question. I didn't ask it in a patronizing or critical way or a condescending way or a negative way. It was simply, how come only 4 surgeries? Why not 10 surgeries spread over a few years? And if you have 4 surgeries, no more than 2 are going to be on your legs. That's where most of the lipedema is. It's a valid question. I'm not a doctor. How am I supposed to know this? And it's not an answer that you could easily Google the answer for. So I asked her, and the thing is, she says on TikTok that the reason she's filming and documenting all of this surgery and everything involved in it, how they're putting a marker on her body and measuring her and just all sorts of stuff. She says it's for educational purposes, but so far she has done a poor job of educating because the $1,000,000 question is, why only 4 surgeries, especially since no more than 2 of those surgeries will be on her legs, where about like 90% of her mass is. Now, I know she's going to have surgery on her arms, on her tummy. She's already had surgery on her outer thighs. I'm assuming the last surgery, last as in the 4th surgery, I don't know when it's coming up, is going to be on her inner thighs, maybe on her calves. And she doesn't say anything about, okay, it's going to be 4 surgeries to start. Then they're going to reevaluate. Then I'm going to have 3 or 4 or 5 more surgeries. Then they're going to reevaluate. And over time, I'm just going to have many surgeries. She has said nothing of the sort. Instead, she just says 4 surgeries. Now, she says that the first surgery removed 11 liters, or approximately, that comes to about 10 or 11 pounds of fibrotic lipedema tissue from her outer thighs. Needless to say, it's made no visible difference. And visible difference correlates to volume removed, which correlates to an improvement in mobility, a reduction in pain, a reduction in soreness or stiffness. Now, I understand maybe the limit is 11 liters because if you remove more than that, there's a risk of hemorrhaging, a lot of heavy bleeding. I don't know if that's the reason, but if it is, don't you think she should mention that? But she's not addressing what everybody wants to know. Why only 11 liters? And if it's because you'll bleed a lot or you'll hemorrhage a lot or there's a higher risk of infection, then why not a future surgery to remove another 11 liters in the same area? She looks the same. Now, before any of you say, well, it's not about looks, it's about a reduction in pain. Well, yes, just how much of a reduction in pain are you going to get if you remove only 11 pounds of fat in a thigh that's like as big as a massive tree trunk? I mean, it's going to be a minimal result as far as reduction of pain, if any reduction of pain. Now, before you say, well, how would I know all of this? I'm not a doctor. But that then goes back to, why didn't Anna O'Brien answer my question instead? She chickened out and blocked me. Why not just answer the question? The question was asked in a casual, matter-of-fact way. There was nothing fat-phobic about it. I simply want to know. In fact, at the end of my question, I said something like, I'm sincerely curious. And she also says she wants to educate people. But again, she's not educating people at all. She has done a poor job of educating. There's actually several questions I would like her to answer that I'm not going to be able to find by Googling lipedema surgery before you say, well, she doesn't owe an answer to me. Actually, she kind of does, because she's putting the whole entire surgery journey out there for the public to see, number 1. Number 2, at least once, she has posted that the reason she's doing this is to educate people, for education. So why doesn't she live up to that claim of educating by answering a simple question that she knows the answer to. Now, before you say, well, she doesn't have time to answer all the questions. Well, she had time to see at least my second attempt at a question because she took the time, obviously, to read it, and then she blocked me. In the same amount of time that she blocked me, she could have typed out an answer to my question. Meanwhile, she's answering silly questions from other people. Oh, where did you get your shoes? Where did you get this? Where did you get that? Just other silly, nonsensical, trite questions. Now, before you say, well, I'm the only person who asked her, that's beside the point. You know, everybody wants to know why it's only 4 surgeries, especially since no more than 2 of those surgeries are going to be on her legs, which is like 90% of her mass, because we know that 2 of the other surgeries are going to be on her stomach and her arms. So there is no way it's believable that I'm the only one. It's just that I'm the only one who had the balls to ask her. Everybody else is afraid of hurting her feelings, even though she proclaims to be the confidence queen. Instead, they're saying, oh, Anna, you're so brave. You're so inspirational. Oh, you're doing great and all this stuff. Well, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with saying, oh, you're so brave and you're so inspirational and good luck and my prayers to you and this and that and sending hugs. But everybody, well, maybe 99%, maybe not 100%, but anybody with half a brain is wondering why only 4 surgeries, especially since the first surgery on her outer thighs removed only 11 or 10 pounds on each side, which, because she's so huge, has not made a single visible difference. In fact, when she was posting videos of herself after surgery, after the bruising went away, I was wondering, is this an old clip? Is this some old video she dug up and she's posting? This can't be a video after the surgery. This can't be a post-surgical video because she looks just as massive. But it turns out that those videos are of her post-surgical thighs. And I swear, and you know as well as I that it's true, 11 liters, that's like a drop in a bucket. Again, if it's dangerous to remove more than 11 liters, if it's a medical standard to remove only up to 11 liters, why doesn't she say so? Why? And why doesn't she explain why she's not going to have like 10 or 12 more surgeries over 2 or 3 years? Why not? Now, before any of you say, well, maybe her insurance won't cover it. Look, Anna O'Brien has 2.2 million subscribers on YouTube and 8.4 million subscribers or followers on TikTok. She also has a few other outlets that are monetized. That woman is literally rolling in dough. No pun intended. She has plenty of money to pay out of pocket. As a matter of fact, I bet that just one of her clothing hauls videos on YouTube probably rakes in $5,000, 7 or 8 grand, with an average of 25 to 28 or 30,000 views per clothing haul. She could easily post 3 or 4 clothing hauls, and that should pay for 1 or 2 surgeries. Again, I don't know how much she makes on YouTube, but come on, you know she's raking in a lot of money on her platforms. She has a massive following. So she's making plenty of money to pay out of pocket. So what it boils down to is that Glitter and Lasers, Anna O'Brien, is gaslighting the world by passing herself off as being the confidence queen. That's a joke. A woman with confidence is not going to block somebody who asks an innocent question. A woman with confidence, a confident woman, especially a confidence queen, is not going to be so shattered and rattled and triggered by a simple question to the point where they're not going to answer it and then they're going to block that person. That's not what a confident woman does. That's what a chicken does. That's what a scaredy cat does. Anna O'Brien is the insecurity queen. She is pseudo confident. And unfortunately, she has millions of women, millions of insecure, easily brainwashed, easily manipulated women into believing that confidence is Anna O'Brien. She's very insecure. She's a good actress. She's very melodramatic. But this confidence queen had a meltdown over a bagel. Now I didn't watch the video of her with the bagel. All I saw was, well, a lot of people made reaction YouTubes about it. So apparently, I guess my understanding is that she walked 2 miles for a bagel, but when she got there, they didn't have the bagel, and then she cried and cried. Is that how it happened? Something happened that made her look really bad, like a baby, like a spoiled little brat. She was too cowardly to answer a simple question she knows the answer to. She claims she's documenting all of this for educational purposes, but she's doing a very poor job of educating. She's left a lot of questions unanswered, and I wish more women would have the balls to just straight out and ask her, how come only 4 surgeries? Why not many surgeries spread out over a period of a few years? Why am I apparently the only one who has the balls to ask that? Because I've scrolled through the comments and, well, I haven't seen anybody else asking that question. While her followers tend to be impressionable, easily manipulated, and very insecure women. Well, that is my video for today. Have a terrific day.